Good morning. It is Friday. It is 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It is Elite Dangerous and it is game on. Today we're gonna do some deliveries for the community goal. Gonna deliver a lot of goods here to the Klimak ring. Let's see how we stand since last night. I did manage to do 6 deliveries out here. So yeah, we're in the top 10%. The venerable space cow is did not want to do outfitting. It's really bringing the goods here. We're delivering superconductors. Profit is about 4,500 credits per unit. Damn it. It is possible that there are other more lucrative routes. I guess the downside with this one is that it's very long on one end and fairly long on the other. so there's a lot of super cruise happening. Which is okay. It just gives us the option to have a rather chill stream. The space cow. Not particularly a thing of beauty, but it does haul a lot of goods. I put some weapons on it just in case I have a need to fend off some pirates. It's a little inconvenient with this dock for the federal ship out here. A lot of security. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of security anywhere else here. Kind of interesting. That's a new route. Usually I go a different way. I don't have fuel scoop. I don't need it because it's only 2 jumps either way. But I don't think I've ever gone this way before. And it doesn't matter because I do have plenty of fuel. The space cow is actually fairly economical, even with a heavily modified frameshift drive. I get good range and I have plenty of fuel. I just need some coffee. So this thing isn't really ideal for maneuvering around a star to get refueled anyways. Alright, so the big confusion about this community goal is this paragraph right here. The Guara's Blue Creative Partners has agreed to oversee the initiative, asking pilots to deliver titanium power converters and superconductors to Plymouth Ring in the Guara system. When the campaign officially ends on the 28th of December 3303, the discount of up to 20% will be applied to the Federal Dropship, Federal Gunship, and Federal Assault Ship for 1 week. Additionally, the rank requirements for those ships will be temporarily lifted. Now, it sounds like this originally said something else. That it said all federal ships. And people took that to include the federal corvette. And it sounds like, I didn't see the text earlier on, but from what people say they saw on other sites that are covering Elite Dangerous, the wording was different. So it sounds like FDAM have changed it to specifically exclude the federal corvette from this community goal. So you'll still have to grind federal rank for the corvette, and you still have to grind up a lot of money to get the corvette, which is a shame, but it's also understandable that perhaps getting the corvette for such a discount, both in rank and money, would be unfair to all of those who have done all the hard work to get there. Now, I just did the grind last weekend to get the ensign rank in the Federation, so I could get the gunship, and I bought that, so I obviously did that a week too early. I don't know if the 20% is that on top of everything else. So if you go to somewhere where there's already a 10 or 15% discount, do you get the 20% on top of that? I don't know. But it could have saved some money on the ship. The discount is only for the ship hull itself. It's not for everything else related to it. So it's not really that huge a deal. I mean, if the ship is 50,000, or if the ship is 50 million and you get a 20% discount, that's 10 million off. It's like, yeah, it's 10 million, but in consideration of everything you have to do with the ship afterwards, where the discount is not applied, the 10 million doesn't really add up too much. So, I'm not getting a ship out of this. I'm not gonna buy another. I'm not gonna buy another federal gunship. I have no use for that. I already got mine. The Corvette though, I'm gonna have to grind for that. I have to do 4 more ranks for that, which I don't know, we'll find some time next year. Sounds like that's a long ways away, but it's only a week and a little bit away. So I did check out to see where I could find superconductors. This system has 3 big terminals or stations, I think. Yeah. Actually, there's 4. And I think at least 3 of them has abundance, or they did have an abundance of superconductors. So even though it's a 13,000 light second flight out there, they're cheap, they're plentiful, and they're 2 jumps away. So that is very manageable. Don't have to worry too much.
Take note of speed restrictions, Commander. Slow down.
I don't think you're gonna make it up to the top 10 commanders. That's a very lofty goal. I don't have that kind of time. We may mix things up a little bit.
500 meters from touchdown.
I think the other one is combat, so we may mix things up a little bit and see if maybe we can take the Anaconda out for some combat. Let's see how much it's gonna cost to bring the Anaconda over here. Alright. Let's do that. So that was like 1.8 million credits. My profits for this is like 2 million credits. 2.2. It has been 2.2 million credits per trip. I don't know if what was my point? Yeah, I don't know if the prices have changed. That's what I was trying to say. The prices may have changed overnight because supply and demand. So I may not be making the same now as I was yesterday.
Ship released. Restrict speed until clear of the station perimeter.
Oh, we bumped into something.
Landing gear retracted.
Alright, so 2 dots is just about 100 meters per second.
Scan detected.
Good afternoon, Einsightic. How are you doing? We're gonna take off.
Frameshift drive charging.
There might be superconductors at a closer system. I haven't really looked into that.
3, 2, 1.
Yes, the Corvette does not appear to be included in the discount and the rank exclusion. The language, I believe, has been changed to make that clear. Alright, so this is the one thing that I'm struggling a little bit. Oh, okay, I gotta jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I think the confusion stems from
4, 3,
the fact that the language changed from when the mission was first published and now. I didn't see the original language, but from what has been copied and pasted elsewhere, the language seemed to have said all federal ships. Which would have included the Corvette, but now the language lists out the specific ships that it applies to. So, yeah, it's very obvious right now that the CG does exclude the Corvette. It's a long way out here. So this is going to be more of a chill stream. Unless we get attacked. We do have some NPC pirates pop in every now and then. Want a piece of the pie. But I think once they get up to 50 Cs, it's gonna be difficult to catch up. No, I rarely play in open. I might go in open. I might go in open if I switch to the Anaconda. Depends on what it is I want to do. Yeah, I'll pretty much be a sitting duck in this ship in open. Yeah, well, it's not. Um, it's this is it's a Type 9. The Type 10 has like a wing on the back, like over the top or back here. And there's also a few other structural changes, but I guess that's the biggest obvious visual difference. Yeah, I don't really know what the point of that is. It doesn't really seem to make a lot of difference. But yeah, with the tonnage that we're bringing in, we should be able to stay in the top 10% or at least top 25% for a long time. With Christmas coming up, there's gonna be a little bit less time for gaming. Hey, Lucky Phil. So it's more of a chill stream right now than anything else. It's a long ways out here. Yeah, Nightbot doesn't like all caps. So I think people are gonna have some issues with this community goal because of the 200,000 light second trek out here. A lot of people probably don't want to do that. This is kind of separating the men from the boys. Alright, now you gotta fix your caps lock key. I think there's something mounted on the spoiler. And also it may provide additional stability when landing on planets where there is an atmosphere. I mean, in the same manner, we could say, why are there wings on the Beluga? the wings doesn't serve any purpose in space. And you have the same thing here on this guy. Though I don't know if you can see it very well. But there are these little winglets here on the outside. Well, of course on the outside, but at the ends of the on the sides of the body, there's this little winglet here with the lights on. Doesn't serve any purpose in space because there's no atmosphere where this would do anything. But if you look at today's passenger jets, they all have that little winglet going up at an angle at the end of their wing. Which I believe is for stability and not actually for lift. So since these ships also do operate on planets with atmospheres, let's see if we have any here. No atmosphere. Alright, there's nothing here. Alright, it's a bad example. There are no other ships here? That Viking guy was in the previous system. I'm not sure, but I think somebody said that the there's like a utility point or two on the wing, or on the spoiler, as you call it, and I don't know if that's the maybe put the chaff or whatever. It comes off the spoiler. I don't know. There's the other community goal out here is combat, so there is probably some resource extraction zones or sites around these planets. Or bounty hunting. Yeah, I probably am gonna mix it up. I'm just waiting for the Anaconda to arrive at the Walter's orbital. It's at what, 18 minutes, so it may take a few more minutes. The engines on this thing is pretty good. Even though they're only 7Ds, I haven't upgraded that yet. But I did engineer it. Well, thrusters don't really apply here, but frame shift drive 6A. Yeah, I put some multi-cannons on just so I can defend myself if I get interdicted. Well, I think we don't really know that yet. We don't know what they have planned for updates. They could certainly be working on something else. I mean, right now they seem to be doing 3 at a time, and it seems to be. They seem to be going after the Aegis stations. Which means on Wednesday I may have to go back down there and see if I can move my stuff. Simply because it's likely that 3 different stations will be hit on Thursday. And I don't want my stuff to be there, so I'll probably. It's gonna be tricky though. Because the stations that are under repair won't have those services running. Yeah, there really isn't much we can do with that. This is like a live, this is like a living thing here, you know. Yeah, 4,500. This is a living thing that is just where everything is changing basically weekly, and then I guess 3 times a year there's a bigger change. for somebody coming in like now or in a few weeks, it's going to be like it's going to be like coming in halfway into the movie, and there's nothing you can do about that. That's just the way it's going to have to be. This had been like a single player story driven thing, like like Horizon Zero Dawn, then you know when everybody starts, they start at the same point in the story, and they have to progress at their own rate, whatever. But I mean, this is this is a living thing, and the story progresses whether you're playing or not. Alright, I don't like that guy just sitting there. Are you gonna move? Oh, are you kidding me?
Caution, maintain safe separation.
Oh. Alright, so by the time we get back, the Anaconda should have returned. There's a red marker on there now saying there's a ship there, but I don't know. I haven't gotten the email notification yet.
Frameshift drive charging.
There we go. I got the notice that my Anaconda has arrived. I'm gonna trade out the Space Cow for no, I don't know what that would be.
Frameshift drive charging.
Power generators is the one thing that's bringing the most money on the return trip. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I did see there was some missions asking for power generators, I think. So I'm gonna bring a whole ton of them. And then we'll have a look. I might take the Anaconda out in open and just see what happens. And in other, I guess, sort of exciting Elite Dangerous news, there is a strange rescue operation taking place right now. Way out in nowhere. It feels a little staged, and it's one of those things. Let's see if we can do this. Apparently, some guy is stuck out in nowhere without fuel. And some fuel rats are going to try to go rescue this commander to see if it is possible, and has done a lot of calculations regarding fuel usage and everything else. So there might be a joint operation with multiple fuel rats. Why wouldn't they go? Why wouldn't they go? I don't know. I guess that's like I said, it kind of feels a little staged. Like, why would you have jumped to that system and then super cruised for 48 hours away from the star and gotten stuck with no fuel? It's a weird place to be. I can understand if somebody miscalculates their fuel use and then accidentally jumps into a somewhere where they can't refuel. But to have super cruised for 48 hours and blown your entire fuel and reserves on that, and then have the fuel rats come save you. Well, yeah, that sounds like what they're doing is they're sending 2 or 3 ships where they'll be refueling each other so they can get out there, and then I guess one ship will do the last bit out and refuel the poor sucker so they can jump out. But no, it's from what it sounds, it's not easily done. You have to estimate fuel usage and make sure you bring enough. And so it's not an easy operation as far as I understood. I mean, the thing is, so they have to jump into a system and they have to point towards where the guy is, and then they have to travel for 48 hours in Super Cruise to get there. And if they're not traveling just right on with their course, their fuel usage is going to be higher because they need to adjust course later on. So then the distance is longer. Not what I wanted to do. And if they then exceed their fuel usage, then they'll be stranded out there as well.
Access granted. Adjust heading for approach to pad 25. Automated docking approved. You may now handle the control.
So it's not just not just a matter of just fly out there and hand off some fuel. Yes, but it also uses a lot of fuel. Then we can look at that later. Alright, so over here on the bottom right hand corner it says fuel 1.13 an hour. That's my Super Cruise fuel usage. We can switch to my Anaconda and we can see what that is. Granted, mine is probably heavier than a refueling Anaconda would be, but the Anaconda is thirsty. So the trick is they have to bring in enough fuel to give the guy a few tons so he can jump out, and leave them with enough fuel to jump out as well, and for the fuel usage for the 48-hour Super Cruise out there. So there's a lot of fuel calculations involved in this thing. Oh, of course, now nobody wants power generators. Alright, I will just sell them. The profit on these are not that great, but it pays for the fuel and then some. Alright, it is fully repaired, fully fueled, fully cleaned up, and in storage. Alright. This one should be fully done as well. Yeah. Alright, let's sign up for the other one while we're here. Just so that is done. Beam, a rinky-dinky burst laser, multi-cannons, and a rinky-dinky cannon. I got the collector limpet, heat sinks, shield cells, and a frameshift drive interdictor. Alright, let's switch to open. We can do all right.
Ship restraints withdrawn. Restrict speed until clear of the station perimeter.
Landing gear retracted.
Alright, so the fuel usage on this is about twice the fuel usage on the Type 9. I wonder if the Type 9 would do well as a fuel rat ship. Alright, so there's nobody here.
Scan detected. Frameshift drive charging.
I could, of course, have brought some cargo, but
4, 3, 2,
if we're going straight for the has res or high res, whatever, I don't know what they have, I didn't look, then it doesn't really make sense to bring cargo, then I have to dock and sell it first. Plus it
fuel scoop.
would attract undue attention.
Fuel scoop.
Alright, there's somebody here. He disappeared. That does worry me some. I do not like ships being behind me. Especially not if they kind of disappear. So we're gonna do the space equivalents of Crazy Ivan. So yeah, I think whoever was out there was probably just leaving. Yeah. We're gonna deliver a different type of goods this time. I don't know where the resource extraction zones are here. But we're just gonna have to get out there and see what's up. See now, fuel usage is almost 3 times as much on this thing as it was on the Type 10, Type 9. At 2.9, the Type 9 was 1.13. No, that came just as we were jumping out of Guaras to go back to Tujin or whatever. So yeah, just before we entered hyperspace, we got that notification. So I knew it was ready for us when we got there. And I brought my crew, Skylin Wallace. I don't know how many of those fighter pilots I have killed, but it's starting to add up. I do have an FSD interdictor because I was going to do some missions where a number of the missions for ranking up the federal rank. That got a little redundant, but the final mission to kind of get to the next rank, many of them were assassinate pirate leader, whatever. You had to have an FSD drive to an FSD interdictor to drag them out of hyperspace or supercruise so you could assassinate them. So I fitted that on, but it's not really something that I used. Yeah. Unfortunately. I'm surprised there isn't an escape pod for them. Yeah, I find that they are usually at a system like this, and then they are on the fifth planet, 200 light seconds away. So you're gonna travel out here for 20 minutes, whatever it takes to get out there, and start looking for him, and then realize that he's not there yet, or whatever. You're 3 hours early, and then you're like, what are you gonna do for 3 hours? And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna abandon the mission and get a new one. So that's, I ended up doing that. I abandoned one of those assassination missions because I didn't have the time to wait for 3 hours. That was gonna be like very, very late for me to be doing that. Like past my bedtime. So I abandoned that and then just did some more grinding on the rank until I got a new one. And that, of course, was just a Federal Navy delivery mission, which was easy enough. But I'm gonna have to go back to Ceos and Sothis and grind some more rank. Oh, my trade rank went up to 25% now. It's slowly climbing. Yeah, I really wonder what you could do with a Type 9 as a fuel rat if you just filled it up with fuel tanks and a big honking frameshift drive. What kind of jump range would you get? What would your fuel consumption be per hour on Super Cruise? Alright, we're now gonna switch target. The resource extraction is gonna be either there or here. So we'll see. Probably. It probably would. I don't have the money right now to even think about the Type 10. At least not here. I know that the community goal here isn't... I know I've said it before, and a lot of other people saying, "Oh, you're making so much money." It's like, well, you're not really. I can run here. What? I can do 3 runs in an hour, and I make 2.2 million per run. So that's 6.5 million and change per hour. And that's not that great, is it? Coriolis don't even have the new AX weapons on yet. They're slacking on updating. Yeah, using those websites do give you the option of looking and testing things, sort of, before buying. You can kind of see how things are going to turn out. Alright, we're still far away. So yeah, on this thing, with the Type 9, I'm making 2.2 million credits per trip. I can do 3 in an hour. So that's about 6.5 million credits per hour, which isn't really that great. And even if you add in the bonus you get at the end of it, it's still not... Still not fabulous. Resource, extraction, hazardous. That's what we're doing. You're going straight for the haz-res. Yes. The only problem with that, of course, is it takes a lot of grinding to become allied. So you're spending a lot of time making like substandard fares, so to speak, or subpar fares, and then you're making bank later on. But it's a lot of grinding to become allied, especially in some places where there's a lot of factions.
Okay, powering up the SLF. Stand by, Commander.
Warning. Targeting overload. Automatic weapons scrambled.
Fighter is online. Ready for action.
Are you kidding me?
Warning. Targeting disrupted.
What a fucking asshole.
Roger. Entering defensive mode. Scanning for hostiles. Automated retrieval initiated, Commander.
So this is why I don't. This is why I don't do open. All right.
Module malfunction.
Module malfunction. Eject. 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 Eject.
This is why I don't do open.
Ship restraints withdrawn. Restrict speed until clear of the station perimeter. Please fly safely, Commander.
Frameshift drive charging.
You have cleared the no-fire zone. Until next time, Commander.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so there goes my whole profit from yesterday out the window.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yep. Oh shit, yeah, I don't have a pilot. All right, so next time, pro tip, when you're flying 200,000 light seconds, dock first so you don't have to do it again. I keep forgetting I have to buy, I have to hire a new crew whenever I die. But yeah, that's 18 million right out the window. Asshole. Yeah, man, I didn't even get my shield cells out. I got nothing. I was just like, what the hell? And then I think he just rammed me and killed off my shield. So the shield cell would have been useless anyways. So yeah, let's stay out of the hazards, I guess. I'm a little bit upset right now. But yeah, this is why I don't do open. Because of people like that. Oh, I'm not calm and unemotional. Trust me. I'm just biting my tongue so I don't spew out a lot of poorly chosen words on live stream. These other stations are kind of small. Can't do what that was supposed to be. Wasn't it supposed to be more than 3? No, the rest are planetary. So, pirates, I understand. I understand that, you know, at least the ones that have, you know, they'll stop you or whatever and demand ransom. That's fine, you have a choice. But these, PvP guys who seem to think that this is, free for all Call of Duty. That I don't understand. Yeah, I'm trying not to die. That's what we're doing. I went into a hazardous in open and got slaughtered by a Type 10. So I'm a little bit pissed off right now. So I gotta stop in here and I need to hire a new fighter pilot. Because the one I had died! Again. Checking the stream quality is good, so it's gotta be something YouTube related. Closer to your end. Sorry, there's nothing I can do about that. I'll see you later, buddy. Right, so there's lots of players around here, I guess. No.
Docking access to this station is by permission only.
There's actually less people here than I thought there would be. There's like only one or two.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing complete. Ship is locked down.
I don't understand the mentality of people just wanting to wreck stuff for other people. Now, what if I had just jumped out and jumped back in, alright? And I had millions of bounties. And then douchebag like that comes up and kills me and wipes out all my bounties. I mean, it's just all right. After you need to do something about these faces, man. Most of these people look like they hit the every branch on the ugly tree when they fell down. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the audio bitrate went up when I was fuming. I don't know.
Shift attach complete. You are clear for egress.
It's the same. It's the same for me. I usually don't do this in open. I just wanted to go and see how it was, and the first thing that happens is I get killed by douchebag. So yeah.
You are clear to resume own navigation. Stay safe, Commander.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm too far away.
Cannot comply. Frameshift drive charging.
All right, so we'll see if there's anybody.
2, 1, engage.
if we got anybody in the has-res. High-res. I'm not going back to the has-res. So hopefully he's staying over there in the has-res. I'll keep my shield cells out just in case. I should be able to spam enough of those to keep my shields up until I get out. We got Eric. We bought a higher skilled pilot for now. Kind of eats into my profit margin, but that's life. All right. There is one other player over here.
Scan detected. Under attack.
I hope that was just an accidental I'm gonna deploy my fighter.
Copy that. Engaging telepresence control for fighter. Link established. Awaiting instructions.
All right, we're gonna check out this this guy. And the other guy. And that's Python. As scouts, we should eat for breakfast, really. So let's take this guy on. There's another cop right there, and another anaconda, so should be.
Target eliminated.
Where did the other guy go? Did he split? It looks like he's just minding his own business.
Scan detected.
Okay. I guess his his wingmate is shooting at me. Don't really care.
Roger. Keep the target in your sights, Commander. I'm going in.
I'll take this guy out first.
Tango is down.
And then we'll take the other guy.
Show me the target, Commander. I'll do the rest. Got him. Another one down.
Scan detected.
Oh. So we know Ingo here is bad, because if he scans you, he's a bad guy. You just have to wait until that thing comes back as wanted before we do anything.
Show me the target, Commander. I'll do the rest. Got him. Another one down.
Alright, so the rest of them here are nice and clean. Just waiting for somebody else to drop in.
Scan detected.
Ah! Another one. Sidewinder.
Roger. Focusing my fire on primary target. Got him.
I didn't even
Another
have to
one
do
down.
anything.
Scan detected.
Okay.
Roger. Focusing my fire on primary target.
Ah.
Got him. Another one down.
Scan detected. Under attack. Target shields offline.
Show me the target, Commander. I'll do the rest.
We don't really have
Tango is down.
much to do for navigation here. We can't outmaneuver these
Focusing
guys.
my fire on primary target.
But it's like as soon as we get them in sights, it's game over. Brutish hatred in an adder. You know I hate adders, right? Yeah.
Show me the target, Commander. I'll do the rest.
Target shields offline.
And he's toast.
Got him. Another one down.
Oh, yeah.
Hey! Jeremiah McLaughlin, thank you for the subscription, man. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to get to 175 and we should be 10 away, not 11. Oh, I may have to have this thing running. And I can't see anything on the screen because I don't have my glasses on. And that's how bad things are. Oh, it says 166 now. Awesome. We're getting there. We're getting there. Alright, so the best thing I can do with this guy is if we wing up, we get to share the bounties rather than split them. Alright, there shouldn't be anyone in an Eagle here unless they are either escort or pirates.
Roger. Focusing my fire on primary target.
Alright, we're gonna take out his shields. And then have a little fighter dude get the kill. He did not shoot that stuff at me, did he? He did. Have some bullets. I do have 2 small turrets on here, so they'll shoot whenever they can.
Got him. Another one down.
So yeah, I did get some new subscribers. On the Gran Turismo stream. Let's go over here. That my friend? Alright, that's Donnie's target. We're gonna leave him alone. Unless Donnie gets... he's doing alright. Don't want to steal other people's kills. There's another adder. Please let me kill it. Ah, damn it, he's a miner. Payday. So Sidewinder is either an escort or a... Alright, I'm gonna find him on the map here. Either an escort or a pirate. This one looks like an escort. Yeah. Ungood. That doesn't sound good.
Roger. Focusing my fire on primary target.
Looking around for... I think he jumped out.
Scan detected.
Right, so... somebody just rammed me.
Frameshift charge detected.
Roger. Keep the target in your sights, Commander. I'm going in. Target eliminated.
Payday, Burton, Signal, we know all these guys. Don't know this guy. Tooth. He has his weapons out. Why would he do that?
Copy that. Going on the offense.
All right. Let's see if you can get this guy's attention. Ow, got his attention now. He's elite. So if I kill him, which I fully expect I will, I mean, he's in a Cobra.
Target shields offline.
It counts more towards my XP, so to speak, on the way to elite ranking, or my next ranking, than killing lower ranked NPCs.
Got him. Another one
There
down.
we go.
Can't see any more hostiles. That must be it, Commander.
Alright, let's see what we got. Wow, man. That's weak. That's bad. That's nothing. That is nothing. Gonna move back in here and see if we can find something else. Oh, there's something over there. somebody in Cobra MK4.
Copy that. Going on the offense.
Under attack. Target shields offline. Scan detected.
Really, Jacob? That's what you want to do right now?
Target cargo dropped.
Got him. Another one down.
You're coming in here in an adder and you're scanning the Anaconda to see if there's any cargo while we're kicking some Cobra MK4 butt.
Scan detected.
And here comes P-Man too.
Under attack. Target shields offline.
I hate adders.
Tango is down.
Uh,
No more targets. We're all clear, Commander.
P-Man. Alright, I don't like Vipers. Vipers are very maneuverable, fast, and they pack a punch. I'm gonna take him out anyways.
Under attack.
Show me the target, Commander. I'll do the rest.
Well, Eric, I'm not really seeing a lot of you taking care of anything here.
Target shields offline.
Have some bullets.
Got him. Another one down. No more targets. We're all clear, Commander.
Alright. How are we doing now with 200,000? That's not a lot. The Diamondback over here. Alright, Eric, go get him.
Copy that. Going on the offense.
Target shields offline.
Target.
Yeah, I have two small turrets on the front. That just keeps giving me a little bit of continuous fire. There's one not a pulse laser, it's a burst laser, that's what it is.
Copy that. Going on the offense.
Under attack. Target
And the other turret is a cannon. It is a class. They're both class 1, so they're puny. But they're turrets, so they keep track of where the target is and keep firing no matter what.
Destroyed. Scanning for more hostiles.
As long as there's a line of sight on the target, they'll fire. So it's more of a keep the target busy than actually trying to kill it. So we're not really making a lot out of this. Seems to be some activity over here. Yeah, relentless curse? Yeah, you know that's not a minor. Go get him, Eric.
Show me the target, Commander. I'll do the rest.
Target shields offline.
Target destroyed. Scanning for more hostiles.
Yeah, with a name like Bounty, you're probably not a good guy either. Oh, I was wrong. Bounty is a good guy. Okay. Not sure why we're getting duplicates of messages. That's gotta be some sort of a bug. We don't really care about. Low Rouge.
We are go for automated retrieval, Commander.
Well, I gotta say, hunting grounds here are pretty much dried up. Not really too thrilled with the bounties we're getting out of here.
We've got the fighter back in the bay, Commander.
Frameshift
All right.
drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I'm gonna go back to Klimek Ring. I'm probably gonna switch. I'm gonna switch out of open and into private, and go to the Has-Res instead. At least in a private group, I know I won't be attacked by idiots. Alright, so now there is one moving up behind me.
DeLacy, Lima, Mike, Hotel. Observe docking reservation protocols. Submit a request before landing.
I'm not seeing any anyone here.
Landing authorized. Cleared to land on pad 3-9er. Automated docking assist is now in progress.
Too late for that.
Landing gear deployed.
There's more people in here. Why are we backing up? Oh, okay. I'm not really sure what I want to do. I can either switch to private and go into Hazres and get some real bounties. Or see what's happening here in open, but yeah, I mean 430,000, that's not gonna do it. I'm switching to private. So the downside with community goals is I don't know, there's always a higher risk of losing your ship. And I've lost I just lost the Anaconda, and last night I guess I lost a Type 9 as well. To an NPC, no less. I had no chance. I could not get away. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright, we're gonna go into the Hazres in private.
Landing gear retracted.
I forgot to pay my fine, didn't I? Oh well. Yeah, I have crew.
Observing steady traffic in this sector. Caution is advised.
I still have Eric. Still got Eric. Alright, let's go into the Hazres and see if we can Make a couple of million. Holy moly. That was fast. Is the harassment in the shade? I hate it when the harassment. I hate it when it's in the shade. It's so dark. Oh, nothing happened. I just switched to private so I can go into the hazardous. I just went back to the station to cash in my meager earnings from the high res. Hopefully we'll be able to make some money over here. Don't really have a choice though. I gotta do the hazardous and I gotta do it now.
Okay, Commander. I'm opening up the fighter bay now.
Alright, you sound really, really excited about that.
Link established. Awaiting instructions.
Alright, open fire.
Roger. Focusing my fire on primary target.
Under attack. Target shields
Alright.
Tango is down. Good
Tango
job,
is
Commander.
down.
No more threats in this sector.
There's more stuff over here. Looks like. But it could just be oh, that's his escort. Yeah. I really hate it here in the shade. There's it is so difficult to see stuff. There's some fighting going on over this way. Let's go have a look. Alright, Paul in a wing of 3.
Roger. Focusing my fire on primary target. Copy, Commander. Scanning for potential threats.
Under attack. Scan detected. Target shields offline.
Guy's gonna ram me.
More than one enemy here, Commander. Tread carefully.
Yeah, there's lots of enemies here. Gonna get rid of this gunship first. Then we'll take care of 2.
Target shields online. Heat sink deployed. Target shields offline.
Alright.
Target destroyed.
Roger. Focusing my fire on primary target.
Target shields offline.
Requesting backup. I'm under heavy fire.
Yeah, I lost the target, man. There he is.
Tango is down.
Scan detected.
So that's a mentality I also don't understand. Let's scan the biggest ship.
Target destroyed. Scanning for more hostiles.
We're looking for... who are we looking for? Matthias. In the Cobra. I think I have 2 of those. Oh. Damn it.
Target shields offline.
I gotta remember to finish the scan before I shoot them.
Got him. Another one down. No more targets. We're all clear, Commander.
Target cargo dropped. Target cargo dropped. Target shields offline. Under attack. Warning, thermal attack. Gaining heat. Target cargo dropped.
Tango is down. Good job,
Alright,
Commander.
how bad
No
is
more
this,
friendly sector.
Alright. Thing is, I have to jump out and jump back in to clear it. And that's a pain.
Target shields offline.
Roger. Focusing my fire on primary target. Tango is down. Show me the target, Commander. I'll do the rest.
Target shields offline.
Alright, the shields are gone.
Warning.
Nice.
Impulse attack. Trajectory disruption.
Feels a little bit laggy. Like every now and then it kind of stutters. This explorer is taking too much of a bite out of my shields. It should not be doing that.
Tango is down. Show me the target, Commander. I'll do the rest.
Scan detected.
Ah. Alright, this vulture is gonna be maybe a little tricky. Or maybe not.
Target shields offline.
Good job. Eric got his shields. Now we can work on his hull. And then we'll worry about the spike pistol after. Damn, vulture is hard targets.
Tango is down.
Here we go. Federal gunship. We love those guys. Alright. There's only one.
Show me the target, Commander. I'll do the rest.
Under attack.
I really hate those freaking rammers. Get a real gun.
Heat sink deployed. Target shields offline.
Alright, we're gonna go backwards. Yes, yes, yes.
Tango is down.
Right, the only thing wanted in here now is me. Let's see if there's there's some combat over here. So somebody over here is gonna be in trouble.
Show me the target, Commander. I'll do the rest.
I think one thing I'd like to see is weapons being reloaded when you retract them.
Target shields offline.
So that you can manually cause a reload. If you have 4 bullets left, you know.
Tango is down. No more targets. We're all clear, Commander.
You can
Under attack.
force a
Roger.
reload.
Keep the target in your sights, Commander. I'm going in.
Target shields offline.
All right, Eric, it's all yours. There he goes.
Target eliminated.
Another python.
Incoming mission critical message.
I hate these guys. No. Let's check on what this guy is worth. 58.
Roger. Keep the target in your sights, Commander. I'm going in.
Alright, there we go.
Under attack. Target shields offline.
Because I'm not a dog fighter, that's why. That's why I got the biggest ship I could get with the biggest power plant I could get with the biggest, baddest power distributor I can get, so I can just go in here and just lay down laser beams on these guys.
Under attack. Target shields offline.
No, I tried.
Detected.
Who's your companion? A sidewinder? All right, man.
Roger.
Let's take out the little dude first.
Got him. Another one down. This area is clear, Commander. Standing down.
Under attack.
Show me the target, Commander.
I tried the vulture and I tried the flight assist on-off kind of crap, and I don't know. It's too much for me, man. I can't do that. I'm not really combat isn't really my thing, which is why I fly this tank.
Target destroyed. Scanning for more hostiles.
I think the
Keep it steady, Commander. Initiating automated retrieval.
the advantage here with this game is you can do just about whatever you want. I'm not in it for the combat. I'm just doing a little bit of combat right now just to have a little bit of action. I'm more of an explorer slash trader kind of guy.
We've got the fighter back in the bay, Commander.
But every now and then we just need to kind of get the rust off the guns, you know. The thing that sucks is I have to hyper jump, which means I have to go somewhere. There's no keyboards on the PS4 though. No, this is this is more my style of combat. I can handle myself against NPCs, but PvP it's no good. Right, I really need to get that mass lock gone. Come on, man. Get off me.
Cannot comply.
All right.
Frameshift drive charging.
Here we go. Yeah, unfortunately my PC commander is at Beagle Point, so he can't really participate in the community goal right now. So we're sticking to the PS4 for right now. The other guy is gonna be stuck on Beagle Point for another couple of weeks. So yeah, here on the PS4, it's a little bit back and forth in the bubble with some community goals, and yesterday we finished up the gunship, I think, for Thargoid operations.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
So we're doing a little bit of everything. Was just flying back and forth here in the Type 9, and that's what we can do. We can go and we can get the Type 9 back, and we can bring some goods over, and we can drop off the goods and bounties all at the same time.
Frameshift drive charging.
It's you have more freedom of you have more freedom on the PC because you do have the keyboard. You have a lot more commands available at your fingertips. It's not quite the same on the PS4. The PS4 you only have the controller with very few options. On the PC you can map anything anywhere. I have set up lots of stuff on the PC. I have voice attack on there too, so I can even give voice commands to help with stuff like shield cells and whatnot. So that gives you a whole different level of immersion in the whatever it is you do in combat or whatnot. But here, actually I'm doing both right now. I signed up for both. I spent some time yesterday delivering stuff. So I should be in the top 10%. And then haven't done lots of stuff with the bounty hunting yet. But I got a million credits coming in now, so at least that's something. But I'm gonna go pick up some superconductors. I mean, deliver that. Yeah, it's about 15 minutes, which is why I kind of decided I was going to switch from doing the trade to doing the combat. Because watching a Type 9 just super cruise for 15 minutes wasn't really too interesting on a live stream. That's more for just you know, me sitting down in the big leather seat and lay back and chill. But we are gonna kind of wrap it up once I get the space cow. Alright, I don't like this keelback. Because he came out from over here and then he dove in behind me. And now he's following me back. Well, yeah. I would make it easy, like too easy now, wouldn't it? I'm just glad that there's actually a big station out there so I can use the space cow. Yes. I think everything here is modded. Thrusters are only 7Ds. I haven't gone with the 7As. I don't have that kind of money right now. Shield generator is modded. Boosters are modded. Multi-cannons are modded. Everything. Beam lasers are all efficient. Power distributor is modded. So yeah, we've spent some time getting everything done on this one. Still not fully A-rated for everything, but that's really expensive. I've spent so much money on other stuff that you know, it's a trade-off. My Type 9 Heavy is parked here at Walter's Orbital. I'm gonna take that and pick up some 500 tons of super conductors, and we'll bring that over for 2 million credit profit. Hopefully. Still feels like it's stuttering a little bit, like it's just suddenly stops. Yeah, I wouldn't have this kind of jump range on the Anaconda if it hadn't been modded. And same thing with the beam lasers too. You can't fire them continuously if you haven't modded everything.
Delisi, Lima Mike Hotel. Comms link established. Please approach the station at a safe speed and give way.
I think with 3.5 pips on weapons, I can fire my beam lasers continuously without ever running out of juice in the distributor. But I don't have any shield regeneration to speak of. If I do that, I do have the I have a 7A shield cell bank, which gives me just about 50% back on my shields when I fire one off. So I'm not super worried about losing first ring on my shields. I can get it back in like 10 seconds.
Landing gear deployed.
Touchdown confirmed. Commence system shutdown. Report to station services for more information, Commander.
Alright, we're gonna repair and refuel and put it in mothballs. Gonna switch into the Type 9 and we'll pick up some superconductors.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
And then we can fly over and we can cash in. If you're used to watching this on PC or playing it on PC, the galaxy map is really slow on the PS4.
Ship released. Departure authorized.
Landing gear retracted.
Alright, so if you thought the Anaconda was a bit of a slug, welcome to the Type 9. This thing is not graceful in any way, shape, or form. Loaded or not.
Scan detected. Frameshift drive charging.
Well, I keep this one around for community goals like this. So I do like the community goal where there's like expansion going on, where you know, oh, you want to build some new star bases over here or whatever. I'll participate in that, but there isn't a lot of incentive to take part in many of the other ones. Oh, it's too far. Let's do that.
Charging.
The Thargoid community events started getting a little stale, so I didn't do a whole lot with that, at least towards the end. And I don't want to do it unless there is a large dock, because if I'm gonna be doing something, it's gonna be either with a Type 9 bringing in cargo, or it's gonna be with the Anaconda doing combat. And if they don't have a large dock, then I'm gonna have to shuffle stuff around, and I just don't. I just don't want to do that. So I do the community events when I kind of feel like it, sort of thing. This one, you know, there's two things here. Alright, this isn't actually expansion. This is to build more ships, and that's fine. So the thing here is just getting the federal assault ships and whatever, and to those who want them, cheaper. So I'm kind of helping out in that regard. But yeah, that 200,000 light seconds, luckily it's not going to take an hour and a half to get there. It's only a few minutes, but there is always some downtime. There is always some downtime on the way out here. So luckily there isn't much going on. That's not the same keel bag, is it? I don't think so. That would be weird. Alright, I'm gonna take the opportunity to take just a quick little break. Even spaceship commanders have to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so we talked, well, I talked a little bit about at the beginning of the stream about the community goal. There was some confusion because I think FDev changed the text. And the text in question is this paragraph on top here. It says, when the campaign officially ends on the 28th of December, a discount of up to 20% will be applied to the Federal Dropship, Federal Gunship, and Federal Assault Ship for 1 week. Additionally, the rank requirements for those ships will be temporarily lifted. Now, I think when it first came out, it said all Federal ships. And now it says specifically the dropship, the gunship, and the assault ship. So that has changed. But a lot of people didn't pick up on the change there. So I think a number of people thought they'd be able to get the Corvette without having to do the federal rank grind. There was a lot of enthusiasm because of that, but that has now been washed, I guess. When I first heard that that's what was going on, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then I read the text and it didn't match what people were saying, so I was like, that's weird. But what seems to have happened is that I think they first put on the all ship stuff, and it went out on the in the game, and it went out on the website, and Inara picked it up, and other websites picked it up, and people posted it on Reddit, and then it just spread that way. And then when FDev corrected it, I guess the correction didn't get picked up as fast. People were still like, no, it says all ships, it says all ships. I'm like, no, it does not. So yeah, it only applies to the 3 smaller federal ships, not the Corvette. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but I think somebody pointed out earlier that it was the same when they had a similar event for the Imperial ships. That all the ships were included except top tier. So I guess that's fair. I certainly wouldn't mind getting one of those cutters, but I don't think I have the patience for the Empire ranking right now. And for someone who just spent the last month jumping to Beagle Point, you would think I'd had patience for that, but it's a whole different a whole different thing. I did the grind for the federal ranks last weekend, which meant I spent what, 4 or 5 hours in Sothis Seos, just going back and forth, just doing data missions. You know, I made a few credits, and I got I ranked up the 2 ranks that I needed. But also, you know, I almost fell asleep a couple of times during the during the travel, and that travel is not like this. You know, I think the longest one there is 3,000 light seconds out to Sothis mining, which is on the small outpost. In Sothis. But yeah, this travel for this community goal is not really ideal for live stream because I mean, what it's been like 15 minutes, I guess, and you know, it's not really exciting to just watch dirt fly by on the screen. If my controller hadn't been plugged in, you know, it would have powered off by now. One thing I'll say about the Type 9, it slows down pretty quick. It got some fabulous braking power. It's like almost too good. Yeah, she's a beauty. But it does have loads of cargo space. I could have brought even more if I had given up the shields, but gotta do what we're comfortable with. 496. So like I said, if I had given up the shields, I would have had another 64 probably. So that would have been 560. And if I'd given up the docking computer, I would have gotten some more as well. But you know, we just gotta do what we gotta do. I do like the docking computer. It works much better now. I haven't had any incidents in a while. So I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to play this weekend. So I mean, I'm in the top 10% now. I'm probably gonna lose that over the weekend. It's Christmas time and it's weekend, so it's more spend some time with family than play video games. Smaller ships are a little bit easier to land because you can actually see something. This is like you're flying for landing. You're coming in blind. So let's pay off the fine, and then we got the bounties. So let's see, we are still top 10 here. That's probably gonna fall off by Tuesday. And here we barely made a dent. But we'll keep working on it a little bit. I'll probably be able to play on Tuesday and Wednesday and maybe a little bit on Thursday morning, so you'll be able to get that's true. I can dock on manual if and when I have to, but I just prefer the docking computer. It kind of gives me a second to do all the stuff. But I think that's gonna be it for today. We've been going on for like 3.5 hours, so I think we're gonna call it a night. So no streams over the weekend. Monday is Christmas, so no stream then. So I probably won't be back until Tuesday. I think maybe not. I mean, it's the week between Christmas and New Year's, so not really sure what's going on yet. But I'll be back when I'm back, and everybody have a happy Christmas, and I'll see you later.